What is up, guys? It's Max Merck here, and today I'm in the 2018 Mercedes C300 4MATIC. So in this video, I'm going to be going over a bunch of the cool features of the car, and as well as how it drives. So first of all, as with any Mercedes, this car is absolutely smooth. It feels like you're driving on a cloud. I mean, the steering, I'm in comfort mode right now, and it's very light, very easy to steer this car. It feels like a mini S-Class. So with that being said, you can change the driving modes of this car with the dynamic button right here. So going through the modes, you have Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and then my personal favorite, Individual. When you go to Individual, you can click Adjust, and then you can adjust how the car drives. You can pick between Comfort, Eco, Sport, Sport Plus, and Manual. If you choose Manual, you can utilize the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. So with all these modes, what they change are the throttle response of the car as well as the steering. And then if you opt for the optional aromatic suspension, it'll also adjust, the dampening of the car as well. So speaking of comfort in this car, the driver has his own adjustments right here on the door panel. Traditional Mercedes. You have 3-stage memory seating, and then all your different adjustments are right here. You can adjust. You have your thigh support right here, automatic, headrest adjustment. Everything is right here on the door, and then you have your heated seats right here. And if you opt for the ventilated seats, that will be right here. And then also on the side of the driver's seat and the passenger seat, you have a automatic lumbar support. And also all C classes come with a automatic adjusting tilt and telescoping steering wheel. So with the technology of this car, you have Mercedes' command system. Carrying on from the 2015 C-Class, it's pretty much the same. This car is equipped with the navigation package, which gives you a wider screen, and then you get the touchpad as well right here. So you have your shortcut buttons right here. You have navigation, radio, media, telephone, as well as your vehicle settings. And a small thing I like about this car too is the classic, Mercedes analog clock. So you get this when you opt for the wood trim package. If you don't get the wood trim package, this is all going to be just a plastic piano black, and then you won't get that analog clock right there. So moving on to the radio, you have satellite radio, Bluetooth, USB, pretty much all you can imagine you can have in this car. And then with the premium package, you get the Burmeister speakers, and with the Burmeister speakers, you can have surround sound. So there's actually speakers in the headrest, and the surround sound in this car is amazing. You have to experience it for yourself. I mean, Burmeister and Mercedes, especially in the S-Class, everything in this car is kind of like a mini S-Class. It all carries down, which is a good thing. Also, your climate controls are right here, and those can also be adjusted through the command system. So if you click Menu, pretty much everything you can control from here, you can control using the control wheel. And then you can also get the optional fragrance package, and then what that gives you is these fragrances you can put inside the glove box, and it'll actually, infuse the cabin with whatever fragrance you choose. So while we're stopped here at the stoplight, this car is equipped with auto start stop. All C classes have that standard. And while we're also here, if you click down hard on the brake, Mercedes has a brake hold feature. So right now, stop at the stoplight, Eco start stop is on, so the engine is off, and I don't have to keep my foot on the brake. And as soon as the light turns green, you just tap your foot on the gas, engine starts, and you're good to go. So with this car, you have a bunch of different settings to play with. The owner's manual of the car is actually within the command system. And then one of my other favorite little screens in this car is if you go into Dynamic Select, there's a vehicle data and engine data screen. And basically what that does is show you how much horsepower you're using, how much torque, and then your battery voltage, as well as your oil temperature. So that's a very cool feature, especially just for the normal C300. I mean, you can expect that of an AMG, but for the normal C300, that's a very nice touch that Mercedes has added. So pretty much any lights you can think of in this car are LEDs. So this light, these lights. This car is equipped with the Ambient Lighting package, so that gives you these. So with the Ambient Lighting, you can adjust that through the menu. So you click the vehicle settings, and then you click vehicle settings once again. And if you scroll through, you have ambient light color. And if I turn off all the interior lights, you can see right now it's set on polar, which is blue. And you have neutral, which is white. And then solar, which is a kind of amber color. And that matches with all the other, interior buttons and switches. But I personally like polar the most. As far as safety features with this car, this car does come with the blind spot monitoring, and then you do have have, active brake assist and attention assist. So when the car senses, it monitors a bunch of different things, like how much you touch the buttons and what you're doing. And if it senses that you're too drowsy to be driving, it'll actually alert you and tell you, hey, take a break. Standard with the C300 as well are the power folding mirrors. So when you unlock the car, lock the car, power folding mirrors automatically extend themselves, and you have a puddle light underneath that. So it's LED that illuminates, and you also have LEDs in the door handles that illuminate as well at nighttime. So at nighttime, this car really is like a light show. You have the LEDs up front and the rear, and then when you open the door, it has illuminated side sills that say Mercedes-Benz on it, and that's a very classy touch. So continuing with the convenience features, the trunk of this car has the hands-free package, which is a package that allows you, when you have the key in your pocket with the keyless go, if you kick underneath the trunk actually opens up, and if you kick again, it closes, and it also has two buttons, one to close the trunk and one to lock it. So most of the luxury cars in this segment, they have a power trunk. That's understandable, but Mercedes goes one step further and adds that lock button. So if you push that, it'll close the trunk and lock the car. So killing two birds with one stone, basically. Next up is the summer opening feature. I've gone over this in my CLA cool features video. So when you click and hold the unlock button, it'll actually open all the windows and sunroof of this car. So before you get in the car, it lets out all the hot air, because if you live in a hot area, it's an issue you have to deal with. And then to close it, you can either touch the touch-sensitive pad on the door handle, or you can click and hold the lock button. All the windows and sunroof will close. Very nice feature. Also, one thing that trips people up all the time when they get in this car is when you actually buckle the seatbelt, it tightens and kind of holds you in place. So to the unsuspecting person, when they get in this car, they're like, whoa, that's crazy. But it's something you get used to when you own a C300. It's actually a very nice feature. It feels like you're getting a mini hug from your car. That's how I think of it, and I think that's a pretty cool feature. And along with these 2018 cars, Mercedes has something called the Companion app, which is a free app. You don't have to pay for the service or anything, and it connects to the car because there's a Wi-Fi connection. You can actually use the Wi-Fi in this car. But with this Companion app, it'll actually show you how much gas you have in your tank, how much air pressure is in your tires, and you can do that remotely all off your car. And then if you have the Nest thermostat, and if you have a smart home with all those all the different apps, they all connect to your car, so you can actually control those from the car. I know I personally don't have those smart home things, but if people do, you can control it with your car. So power-wise, this car is a turbo 4, same engines in the E300 now, CLA, and in this car it's making around almost 250 horsepower, 240-ish, 200, between that. But Mercedes underrates these cars, if you ask me. So if I go ahead and put it into Sport Plus right now, come to a stop. This car is equipped with 4MATIC, so it launches pretty hard. You have a really good amount of power. So right here at a stop, this car really gets up and goes. For being a Turbo 4, I mean, I can understand why Mercedes has kind of downgraded from the previous generation's V6. But yeah, very good power, and especially equipped with 4MATIC, really good power off the line, and in snow and inclement weather, you shouldn't have any problem with this kind of car. And I know most owners of this car will never actually open the hood, but for those who do, you'll really appreciate the 90-degree opening feature. So on the side of the hood hinge, there's a button you press. I mean, Mercedes has done this for a long time. You press the button and you can actually lift the hood open to 90 degrees. And I mean, I open the hood of my car and I have to work on stuff. I mean, not on a newer car, but when this car ages and people will have to work on it, it's a very nice feature that you can appreciate. So I already talked about the interior lights, but the exterior lights of this car is equipped with the LED headlights and taillights. If you don't opt for those, you get halogen lights standard. I personally don't think any Mercedes should have halogen lights, and I think they really cheaped out on that, but that's the base lighting option. But this car is equipped with the LEDs, and then this is the middle LED, and then one step further is the Mercedes Intelligent Lighting System. So what that does is it corners whenever you turn the wheel, and has cornering lights, and then the adaptive high beam. So if your car is equipped with that, if you push the turn signal stalk into the high beam, it activates the automatic high beam, and that's a very good system. I have a video of that in my E-Class review, and it works phenomenally compared to other cars in this segment. So with this car, you can get 3 different trim levels, either the normal, which this car is, the luxury, or the sport. With the luxury, It's a little bit higher ride height. You have the traditional Mercedes grille, and it looks more like it truly looks like a mini S-Class. Whereas with the Sport, you have, the AMG styled front bumpers, the AMG wheels, a little lower, tighter suspension. In my opinion, I think that looks really good. But this car is just the traditional, standard trim level. So all in all, I think Mercedes has really done a good job with this, W205 C-Class. W205 is the chassis code that Mercedes uses. Compared to all its competitors, this car just feels, top of its class, as far as safety goes, performance, fit and finish, and the quality, technology of this car. It's just a marvelous car, and I love it. And, anyone who's in the market for, not a compact executive saloon, I think the C-Class is really a strong competitor above the A4 3 Series, Alfa Romeo Giulia, Jaguar, XE. So if you're in that kind of market, definitely take a look at the C-Class, because it really hits everything you want: performance, technology, safety, and at the end of the day, it's a Mercedes, and it looks like a mini S-Class. So that may not be good for these S-Class owners, but hey, if I'm driving a C-Class, I want it to look like an S-Class. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video of the C-Class. Stay tuned for more videos to come, and I'd like to have a special thank you and shout out to my friend Ashwin, who helped me film this video, and he has a really cool channel, all kinds of videos. So I'll put a link to that in the description below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.